get it. He can see you. Gentlemen, welcome back to the Tiege Hanley Starting a Business, Building a Brand vlog. This one, big number 315, and we've got a very special.
Oh, you wanted me to do 315.
Oh yeah, well you can say it. Come here, say it now. Big number
315.
So as you can see, this is a unique and special Tiege Hanley Building a Brand business vlog. And my dad's here. I haven't seen him in 3 weeks. You've been in Italy gallivanting, eating, and traveling to the motherland.
Yep.
How was it?
Fabulous.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Tell everybody about it.
Everyone should go.
Favorite part of Italy?
The food and the wine.
But you said the pizza
everywhere.
sucked.
Pizza was not, very disappointing on the pizza. But,
How can, bad pizza?
Yeah, but Umbria is not as well known, particularly for Americans. They all go to Tuscany. We spent a little time there, but Umbria is absolutely
How many times have you been to Italy now?
4.
4 times.
Yeah.
Cool.
How many times have you been to Italy?
0. And my next trip, it's like 12-hour flight.
No, it was 9 going over, 11 coming back.
I hate California. So hold on. Before we get into this vlog, I got to tell you what I got my dad for Christmas. I actually bought it because this is for you. Wow. Okay.
Nice.
Real quick, gentlemen, I got to tell you about this bad boy, the Mega Box by Tiege Hanley. You guys last year took advantage of this, crushed it. We've got it back. It's basically like 50% off of 10 amazing products. Let me just quickly go through this. I'm going to link to it down below. Now, if you've already tried these, what I'd recommend is grab this for the dude in your life. If you love him, you would get him this. If you don't love him, then you don't.
And just because I know him doesn't mean I get this. So
you've got to buy it.
I'm going to keep this one.
You've got to buy it. All right, so in the Mega Box, you're going to get 10 badass products. You're going to get, these are in no particular order of awesomeness. The scrub bar, this bad boy, full size, amazing. You're also going to get body wash. You're going to get another body wash. You're going to get hand lotion because tis the season for cracked cuticles and nasty nails. You're also going to get, face wash. You're getting, I'll just cut to the chase, you're getting a level 1 system in this. You're going to get, scrub. You're going to get, PM moisturizer, AM moisturizer, and also a lip balm, but you get something else. You're going to get a loofah for the body washes because that's one of the big mistakes a lot of guys make. They think, body wash, they squirt it in their hand and then they just rub their body. Unfortunately, that's not getting it done, son. You need a loofah. Why? Because of all these little nooks and crannies, that's what actually activates the body wash, makes it suds up nice, and it also is going to exfoliate the skin. And so, if you manscape, this is perfect for making sure that those ingrown hairs don't get trapped and you don't get pimples. Gentlemen, this is going to be linked down below. Now is the time to grab this. 10 amazing Tiege Hanley products, and it's literally like 50% off. It's like 50% off. It's like under $50 or something like that. Anyway, down below, grab it for you, someone you love, your weird Uncle Barry, or your dad. You're going to love it. He's going to love it too. Boop. You ready to do this?
Yep.
Let's do it.
Acknowledge that it's Thanksgiving.
Why?
Well, just because.
It's over. Thanksgiving's over. We were filming this the day before Thanksgiving. All right. So my dad was here, and I was like, you know what? We haven't talked to the old man in a while, and so I thought you would help me answer some of these business questions. But first, tell everybody kind of like your entrepreneurial tale of what you do and, kind of like how you're trying to now transition into some type of like information product and everything like that.
Well, I started out as a music educator, working in high schools, middle schools, that sort of thing.
How long ago?
I can't even remember. Geez, you were a little kid.
Yeah.
And through the years, then I started getting into drumming. Originally, I'm a trumpet player, but I got into hand drumming and started developing a protocol that I use where I call the company 1 Hour Drummer.
This is backwards.
Oh.
All right. No, you're good. Go ahead. Try that again.
So the company is called 1 Hour Drummer because I developed a protocol that I feel like I can teach anybody within an hour how to get the basics down and actually start playing drums. It's all hand drumming.
So like drum circles and stuff?
We do drum circles, but
my dad's a hippie. No.
He is. He's still a hippie. That's why I learned everything I know about business from my wife and from this guy here. Believe me, with everything he's done, he didn't get it from me. I'm getting more.
I didn't get it from mom either.
No. But no, self-made man. His grandfather, probably.
Yeah, I talked about him last week actually,
Yeah.
and one of the reasons why I love building houses so much. But anyway, so you started developing hand drumming, and what else?
Well, I started doing it, and I realized that people that never played an instrument before really got into doing this, and after an hour, they felt like they were Tito Puente. If you don't know who he is, look it up. But then I started doing it, and a lot of research. So I worked with special needs kids because it really affects them. I've worked with cancer patients. I do that. I teach a lot of hospitals because it turns out playing drums for an hour a week, not even well, will actually raise the T cell levels in the body that fight the cancer. So that was really encouraging for me. And the people I work with are just fabulous. I also work with a lot of seniors. And I've got people, one of my best cowbell players.
More cowbell.
she just passed away during COVID at 102 years old. And she literally was the best cowbell player I had.
So he'll go into the hospital schools and do like workshops for a bunch of people, brings a bunch of drums and basically leads them. But you also have created, like you were saying, this kind of like curriculum about, how to basically learn to drum proficiently in a very short amount of time.
Right, and I do it with teachers groups because teachers, I've taught. I take too long to get in the whole thing, but I've shown teachers how they can use this methodology to actually teach subjects and also control better the classroom, get the kids focused, that sort of thing. And as a result, particularly during COVID, I've done a lot of writing and putting books together, and had just released the newest book. And
what's it called?
It's called Hand Drumming #2.
Because there was a one.
There is a one which I wasn't thrilled with, and I actually pulled it back. I'm going to redo it because my learning curve is very slow in learning how to use the technology and all that sort of thing.
His learning curve is slow.
Mine, yes.
But you're doing it.
Yeah.
They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, this old dog is learning to basically create, books and then e-products. And so you have the books now up on Amazon, or the book up on Amazon?
On Amazon. Again, it's Hand Drumming #2.
And then a website. Where can people find you, Dad?
OneHourDrummer.com.
.com?
Yep.
Good.
Yeah, at Gmail.
X.
1 Hour Drummer. Yeah.
No, .com. Gmail's your email address. The learning curve is we're getting there. It was a...
He protects me.
It's funny because he'll send me, he's like, what do you think of this like new intro video? I'm like, it's awesome. Why is it unlisted? He goes, oh, it's unlisted? I'm like, yeah. You got to publish this bad boy for people to see it. Anyway, great job. What I want to do now, guys, is because he is an entrepreneur, I'm an entrepreneur, we've got a bunch of incredible business questions. This vlog is all about you and helping you basically along your entrepreneurial journey. And so I thought that since I had him here, it's a good way to basically just get a different perspective on some of these questions because we have approached things differently. The other thing, if you guys have a business question down below, start it with business question and ask your question. Next week we'll get to more of them, but each week we try to tackle a few of them. So are you ready to answer some questions, Dad?
As ready as I'm going to be.
Okay, so this first business question is from our friend Akshay. What's up, brother? Thanks for being here. He says, hey, Aaron, how long does it take you to make a YouTube video from getting the idea to scripting to filming it to getting an approval from the sponsors? So you make YouTube videos too.
I do, and actually we were just talking about this before we started the video. I remember when Aaron first started, he would spend the morning scripting all these videos, and watching him film them was kind of like
brutal. It was brutal.
Going to the dentist.
It's still, you haven't watched them recently. It's still brutal to watch.
But no, and now I just say he's so natural at it. But I mean, after you've done
yeah, like 2,000 videos over the course of 14 years. So for me, I generally don't script. I used to script pretty much all the video out, right? And it still took me an hour to film the video because the way that I film, every time I will do a little section, I'll stop it and start it. Well, I've become good enough now where I just need the topic and I need basically my bullets. And then I'm off and rolling. And so I'm good enough on my feet now and just thinking through things that I generally will spend, in terms of the morning preparing for the video, it's probably like 30 minutes. And, if I'm doing any research for the video, I will do that then. The other thing is with the sponsors that I promote, I don't really need to spend much time because they're generally speaking all the same sponsors. And so I could cold pitch you Bosley or Roman or Dollar Shave Club or Thursday Boots. Like, I know the brand so well at this point that it doesn't take me any time. And so I'm really good at doing that. And so filming it will take me about an hour. Today's video, I was getting a lot of clothes. That will take me a little bit longer. And then I will sit down a little bit later and I'll edit it. The editing process takes me around an hour, hour and a half, sometimes two. And it's just me piecing it together. And then the thumbnail, that's really the thing that is the most kind of nuanced and the thing that I really spend a lot of time kind of thinking about planning and making sure that it's good enough. I'll get a few different thumbnails and I'll test them. There's a software that I really like that actually you can A/B test thumbnails to a live audience before the video actually goes live. So that's been a really helpful tool. And other than that, then we send it off to the sponsor. Generally speaking, I don't have people saying, oh, you need to make an edit. I'm pretty good at knowing what I can and can't say. And so all in, I would say a video per day takes me probably 3.5 hours.
Yeah, but
about
I think
3.5 hours, maybe.
I think the thing is too, I mean, if somebody's asking that question and they're just getting started, there's a lot of value in starting at the beginning as you did and learning through the process.
Absolutely.
I'm not as good as him at just being able to speak to the camera. I get very anxious. So recently I just bought a teleprompter. It makes things so much easier. Yeah, it's wonderful. I just sit there, I can talk to the camera, read a script that I've already written. And it's made my life so much easier.
Yeah, no, well, teleprompter is something that a lot of people are doing. Some people are actually using it like on their phone. So that is another option. But the main thing you got to do is just start. Don't wait. Don't think that it's got to be perfect. Figure it out. You're going to get better. And I am still to this day trying to, get better and figure things out as I go. But great question, good luck, and thank you for being a part of this. All right, Dad, this next one has you all over it. It's from our friend Steven Yanez. What's up, brother? Thanks for being here. He says, hey, Aaron, I'm a 20-year-old junior in college, but I'm still not sure what I want to do later on. I feel like starting a business isn't really my specialty, but I heard I'm good at solving problems, which is awesome. Can you explain how Can you explain how someone know what they're good at and if they will love it as a career? P.S. I love your putty. So hold on. Do you want to read this again?
Well, obviously, one of the things you need to work on, Stephen, is your writing skills.
That's not true. A lot of these people.
Is it you or them?
No, it's probably me just not reading it well. Okay, so let me try this again. Ready? I feel like starting a business isn't really my specialty, and it's not for everybody. That's the other thing that you need to understand. There's no reason for you to be an entrepreneur if that's not really like something you're interested in or passionate about. The other thing is that you could possibly do something, work for somebody else, and then eventually maybe you'll find something that you love. Anyway, he hears that he's really good at solving problems. Problem solving is an incredible value in terms of if you can solve problems. A lot of people don't have the ability to think through situations or solve problems, but if you can do that, that's great. It's also very valuable as an employee to provide that to a potential employee. So anyway, he's good at solving problems. Can you explain how somebody know what they're good at and if they'll love it as a career?
I think if you love it, it'll be great as a career. I mean, I did a number of different things, and now I really found my niche. It took me a while to get there, but honestly, I tell people what I do for a living is so much better than working because I love what I do. I love every day. I love the people I work with. I love the schedule that I've created for myself. But it's really about what your passion is. And I think you'll know that. It's not about, I've always heard that if you do what you love, the money will follow.
That's not always true.
Well, I heard it.
That's not always true. Sometimes passion is great. And having a passion, if you can figure out a way to monetize something that you love doing, that is the ultimate, amazing thing that you could possibly figure out. But a lot of times, you also need to make sure that you're making enough money to pay your bills first.
Yeah, I guess so. So, I mean, if you're passionate about social work, the money will not follow, but you'll be
happy and
in
rewarded.
What you do.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
All
and
right.
so
Stand corrected once again.
No. But I mean, it's a good point. I mean, if there's something that you're interested in, scratch the itch. In terms of what I'm good at, I don't know. Like, I used to think that I don't know. I don't know how. It was always me just following things that I was really interested in. Whether or not it was my fitness center, that was what I was really passionate about. I was really bad at picking business partners and investors, apparently. But, everything happens to some degree for a reason. And
Got
so,
a hell of an education.
hell of an education. And that, gentlemen, you can not put a dollar. Actually, I can put a dollar amount on it. $500,000 is what I bankrupted. And my hopes and dreams and everything like that. All right, ready to move on? Good luck. All right, next question is a good one. It's a Black Friday deal from Lazardus Jonathan. He says, I just saw your Black Friday deal video for Pete and Pedro and instantly thought, what? Is he crazy? I need to know more about this. So here's my question. Black Friday is one of the biggest marketing holidays for a lot of businesses. Does Black Friday actually help businesses by getting them more sales, even though prices drop very low? Or does it actually hurt businesses in a way because the product profit margin becomes smaller? Thanks in advance. So Black Friday is, as you know, like the biggest shopping day ever. And speaking of Black Friday, Tiege Hanley is doing the Mega Box. And so you want to do a great deal. Everybody is a little bit different in terms of what they want to accomplish. You should not be doing a deal that is going to cause you to lose money. It's something where you need to make sure that the margin is there. Now, you are trying to get new customers. That's one part of it, right? If you can acquire a new customer, that's valuable. But it's one of those things where it's a huge day, and now a lot of times Black Friday starts like weeks in advance. And so it's almost like the month of November is the month of like crazy deals. And so, yeah, Pete and Pedro were doing an insane deal. Get 20% off if you spend $100. Here's a good lesson. So with Pete and Pedro, there are two deals, right? If you spend $100, you're going to get a coupon for 20% off plus like a $56 gift. We're giving away a salt, a putty, and a shampoo. It's $56, right? But if you're spending $100, that's great. Now, there's another deal. So basically, you get to choose your promotion. If you don't want to spend $100 and you spend $50, you can get a 20% off discount. And so giving somebody something to reach for, and I can just tell you, just from the numbers so far, we haven't gone through Black Friday because we're filming this on a Wednesday, but just so far, we found that about 60% of the people are actually stretching for that bigger discount, which is great. And so it's still just a way to get a lot of people in the door, and you're still making a lot of money. And so if your margins are right. But yeah, Black Friday is crazy.
I thought you were crazy when I saw that promotion.
Me too. Maybe I'll lose money, who knows? Now, and the other thing you got to think about, when you do a deal like that, or you do the Mega Box, right? It's heavy, and so you know that shipping is going to go up, and so it's all just about crunching the numbers, figuring out what is that deal, what is that thing that's going to entice people to break out their wallets and do something and buy something great. And the other idea is that once you get a customer, if it's a new customer, the other thing with Pete and Pedro, it was something like 40% of people that were taking this deal up were new. And so that's huge, right? Now there are new people that are trying the products, getting it in their hand. They're in your ecosystem. You've got their email address, so now you can market to them. But it's just something where you've got to just crunch the numbers and figure out if it's right for you.
So I have a question.
Okay, my question?
Well, so like the question was about Black Friday specifically. But beyond that,
Cyber Monday.
Well,
that's another one.
Well, but no, so we're getting towards the end of the year. Do you plan going into the end of the year how to promote the business and continue? Because I know you have goals of what you want to achieve for the year.
Yep.
And it's not just about Black Friday.
No, it's not. The holiday season, it's pretty much from November through the end of the year. I mean, you're really pushing. This is the time of year that people are shopping. And so it's just about strategizing. You know, what is a deal? What is an email sequence? What is going to get people to actually buy from you? And so, yeah, it's a whole strategy. And, you know, for all of our businesses, or all the businesses, it's you've got a number. At the beginning of the year, you're like, I want to grow X percentage. And as the year unfolds, you know, you're close, or you might not be close. And what are you going to do? Well, we really need to have a great month. We have to be here. And so it's unfortunately, it's a lot of art and less science, but there is science that comes into how much money you're spending on advertising and marketing. You know, certain times a year are not great in terms of acquisitions for Tiege Hanley, in terms of influencers and marketing. So you pull it down, because that's the other thing you need to understand. Black Friday, everybody is spending a ton of money on advertising. And what that does, and what that means, is that it's going up in terms of the cost for customer acquisition. Everybody is bidding against the same audience or the same, you know, keywords. And so it gets more expensive. And so it's something you really need to figure out and do some tests. And that's pretty much the best idea I can give you.
Okay, good.
Good? Next question?
Moving on.
Okay.
Next question.
Next question is from, you want to pronounce it?
Sinzala. I got the last one.
Yeah, you're as good as me, Dad. Some of these names are a little tricky for us dumb gringos. Anyway, great to be here. I mean, thank you for being here, and it's great to have this question. I've seen this question, I think, a few times, and this is amazing. He says, hey, sir, my question is how to stop being bothered and influenced by the people around you and be yourself in personal and professional levels.
Wow.
I know.
That's a big question.
It's a big question. So that's why I left it for you.
How to be yourself.
How do you stop letting basically what other people think of you, or what you, I guess it's how do you stop worrying about what people think, or how do you just?
I think it's hard to do that. And I think for much of my life, I let way more of that affect me than it does now. Because, you know, you want to be liked, you want people to like you, you want to feel that you're doing the right thing and be encouraged by people around you. I think that's the key, is to be selective about the people you have around you. Because my worst experiences have been with people I wanted to work with that were not at the same, their head wasn't in the same space mine was. And so I would constantly try to kind of make up to them something that I wanted them to accept. And the thing I realized much later, and my wife helped me realize this a lot, is that no one is going to have the vision of what you should do better than you. No matter how close you are with somebody, I mean, because like the stuff you do, you know, you've got partners in certain areas, but you have a vision for what you want to do.
Sometimes.
What you want to but you work it out because it's you figuring it out. And trying to get somebody to have the same vision exactly like you, to do the same things, is difficult, if not impossible. And I think that's the thing that really changed me and changed for me when I was in business, was to literally change the people I had around me.
Yeah, who you have around you, I cannot explain how much that has impacted me. The Menfluential Conference, Antonio Centeno, see, the problem is if you're an entrepreneur, or if you are around people, like people you grew up with, not that they're bad people, but they might not be the people that you need to surround yourself at a later stage in life. And if you are going and moving in a specific direction that they are not, a lot of times you're going to allow them and their opinions or their limited view of life or whatever impact you. And so the best thing I ever did was surround myself with, they call it like your tribe, right? Find your tribe. Find other like-minded people. And so for me, when I found other serial entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs, that's when like, oh, you know what? I'm not crazy, or ooh, I'm getting inspired by this. And so the Menfluential Conference was one of the most game-changing experiences for me. And it was Antonio. He was the one that reached out to me and was like, hey, let's get together and do this. And prior to him doing that, I was always in the mindset of I can't share. And if you're winning, that means I'm losing. And what he taught me was that we can all kind of win together. And by coming together and being surrounded by amazing people, it's going to basically lift the tide for everybody. And everybody's going to be better. Everybody's going to do more and be more successful. And the other thing that I found out is that it's not about what you know, it's who you know in terms of your network, right? So if I ever have a problem, I've got 30 guys that I could go to that have probably been there, got the t-shirt, or have some experience. You know, a good friend of mine, not a good friend of mine, somebody that I know that I respect very much is Jordan Harbinger. He was part of the Art of Charm, and he always says the importance of he always talks about network. And so he had a really bad falling out with his business partner, AJ. They split ties. AJ kept the business. It was a big, messy legal battle. And he basically walked away with like nothing. And he's like, but it's okay because I've got my connections. I've got the people that I can reach out to that I've helped in the past that'll help me. And so really surrounding yourself and being sure that you're diligent about protecting yourself in terms of allowing negative, toxic people that don't have necessarily the same vision or goals that you do to impact or come into your life. You've got to be also smart in who you tell what you're doing, because that's the other thing. If you're telling or expecting, and I've used this analogy before, if you want to be better at style or you want to dress up, who are you going to go ask if they think it looks good? Your unstylish friends that never dress up? No, they're going to laugh at you and tell you, oh, you look like crap. What you need to do is go to the person that you know that's into style, right? And then it's like, oh man, you look great, Jimmy. This is incredible. Those jeans look amazing. Your butt is smoking hot, right? That's what you need to surround yourself. Be careful who you share your ideas or allow to give you feedback, because sometimes that feedback isn't good and it will affect you and possibly, be that little gnawing voice of you're not going to do it. It's not good enough. You're not going to be successful. And so that's probably the best advice I'd give too.
Yeah, like a college course here.
It is. It's like a college course, except this can actually help you. I'm kidding. That's it. Dad, what do you think?
I learned so much from you and from you guys too. I mean, being at as he mentioned, the Menfluential Conference, which I sort of miss. But just being around so many positive men who, they all had different ideas. They're all dressed really well.
Not all of them.
Well, not all of them. Most of them were dressed better than me, but I was doing other stuff.
Yeah.
But just being around that energy just would always encourage me. And I remember coming out of the conference, and it would get me moving in a different way towards my own business, which had nothing to do with what most of the people there were doing. But
surround yourself with like-minded people, and that's probably the best tip. And that's one of the best ways to not worry about what other people think, is surround yourself with better people that are thinking the same thing. Mm-hmm. How's that? That's a good place to stop.
Great. Happy Thanksgiving.
They already had it. They're already fat. You get on the treadmill, get outside, go for a walk, because I know that you're probably putting on a few LBs.
Merry Christmas.
Coming up. Yes, it is. It is. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. As always, we love you more than our double monk strap shoes. And if you haven't, drop one of these on the video for Papa A. And like I said, if you've got a business question, start with business question, ask your question. Next week, more of them. Dad, any final words?
No, just take care and stay tuned. I don't know.
That's all.
And if you're looking for something really cool to do as a gift, there's this book called Hand Drumming Number 2 on Amazon by Peter Marino. But
that's it. Also, remember the mega box down below. Gentlemen, if you want to check it out, grab one for you, your weird Uncle Barry, or even your dad. Good. Perfect.